Production.
Hey guys, welcome back to Building Ghana's Future, a place where we build homes for Africa and her children. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Most High God for blessing us with another beautiful day. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing what follows up after you are completed with your profile. So, in this episode, we're going to be discussing how to dig a foundation. All right, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Okay, so digging your foundation. All right, this is a very essential step um, for you in your building plan. All right, um, as we spoke about previously in the profiling, we've captured the outline of the building. So in this step, we're going to be pretty much cutting out everything that's in the building plan. So whatever you see in your building plan on the number of rooms, the bathrooms, the kitchen, all of that stuff is going to be revealed in this step, all right, on the ground. Moving forward, yes, we're going to cover it all up over again, but we're not there yet. So as of now, what we're going to be seeing, or what you're seeing in the video, is what it looks like when you start digging your foundation. All right, all your rooms, everything will start showing. This step is very essential, all right, for the rigidity and the durability of the structure in the long run. All right, so some will tell you that the deeper you go, the more rigid that and durable that the building would be. It's not necessarily so. It all depends on the type of soil that you're building on. All right, so it's very, very important that you know the type of soil you're building on, or at least your engineer or architect knows where you're building the home. And before that building structure, um, building plan is approved and uh, permitted to be built, your engineer or architect has to see the type of land that you're building on, because they have to see the slopes of your land, um, the type of soil you have in Ghana, because we're close to the ocean, and also in a tropical, it's like a tropical, it's not an island, but it's on the tropical side. We do get a lot of rain, so there are some areas that's waterlogged. Even in our capital, when it rains, slightest rain, a lot of people get flooding issues over there. All right, so you have to know where you're building your home. And so in this case, if you are building in a waterlogged area, then your foundation has to be, top notch, extremely solid, for your home to keep its durability. All right. Luckily for me, where I have my land is on what we'll call good land or good soil. All right, very, very solid ground. All right, so very rigid soil over there, and no water whatsoever. Even when it rains, it just kind of goes to the side of the land, and nothing really sticks to the piece of land that I have. So I've been blessed to have that type of soil. So my foundation um, is medium wise as far as how deep we had to go into the ground. All right. Key point over here is, remember to make sure that your architect um, has seen the type of land that you're building on. All right, make sure that the figures and the calculations is done right. All right, and the slope too is very important. If you have a very slopy land, then you have to make sure all of that is accounted for. Okay. All right. So digging your foundation, you have two options. You could either use a backhoe type of machinery, or you could use people. In my case, as you can see in the video, I am using people, so that's the old-fashioned way. And in my opinion, it's more durable um, when you want that precise um, digging. You're using a shovel, so you can't go wrong. The calculation is going to be on point. All right. With the machinery, you have the risk of, machine breaking some parts of the land after it has been dug up, because it can't go over every portion of your land when it's digging. So whoever is operating that machine has to be highly skilled to make sure that they don't go over the work that they've already done, and destroy your measurements. All right. This is um, all contingent on the profiling, where the lines would be created to make sure that this step is done right. It's everything is measured. So if you don't get this section right, then your calculations for the building moving forward could also be jeopardized. All right. So we have to make sure that it's everything goes according to the plan. The measurements and everything goes according to plan. All right. So because the rest of the building, let's say your living room, if there is a hole or a cutout where there's none supposed to be under your living room, then once the building is completed, you might be walking in some parts of the building and it might sound hollow, because it's supposed to be solid under that section, but there is a hole underneath. So eventually, if you're on bad land, it will cave in. So those are the type of issues that you might face when your foundation is not done right. All right. When digging, also make sure that your the bottom is perfectly level. Why is that? Because, like I said, everything else that you build after the foundation depends on that. So if your measurements are not right and the building is not level, it's going to show later down the road when the block work and everything is being done. You realize that your building is not level. I mean, some part might be high, sitting higher than other parts. And as funny as that may sound, I have seen that in real life homes here in Ghana that were constructed, and because the foundation or the building plan maybe was not done right or was not followed right. When the building is completed, you would see that the house is not leveled. Some part of the building is higher than the other. So it's very possible that you will make that mistake if you don't follow the building plan, or if the building plan was not done right to begin with, because your architect was never on ground to see the slope of your land, or put into account the type of soil that you have. All of that needs to be calculated so that your foundation is solid as it can be. Okay. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support, and have a great day. Thank you.